Hi, this is Michael, aka Mr. Bourbon. Cheers and welcome back to the Mr. and Mrs. Bourbon channel, where today we're going to do our What Is That? Where we talk about a specific topic in depth in the whiskey industry. Today's topic is going to be on bottled and bond. Is it important or just hype? Behind the camera again is Allie, aka Mrs. Bourbon. Say hi, Allie.
Hey everyone, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button and follow us on Insta.
All right, let's go. So, a little history on bottle and bond before we get into the specificities of it. The Bottle and Bond Act was passed by the federal government in 1897. So if you think about pre-1897, and the best analogy I could give is thinking about watching an old movie where the cowboy kind of walks in the bar and they order something from the bartend, and they ask for a shot of old red eye. Well, a lot of times that was rot gut. Literally, it was product that was extremely bad for you, could kill you, and at best it could just be something that had some things in there that you didn't want in there. So you really didn't know what you were getting. So along comes 1897, and the producers that were reputable really came up with the idea of setting their product apart, so that when the consumer went and ordered a pour of whiskey, if they ordered bottle and bond, they kind of knew what they were getting. They were getting a reputable product. I've put a few different bottles on here, and all these are bottled and bond on here, and I'm going to go through those in a second. But I want to talk a little bit about the benefits. We talked about the benefits for the consumer, but there were benefits for the producer as well. The big benefit was not only from a reputation standpoint, it kind of set them apart, but number two, from a tax standpoint, they didn't have to pay taxes on the product until after the product was bottled. And so that kind of deferred their tax payment to the federal government. The federal government gets a benefit because the product was under strict government supervision. They knew when the taxes were going to come in, they knew they were going to collect it, so there was no sidestepping taxes. We all know how much the government loves taxes. Other products can be bonded, but we typically see it in whiskey products. So we've got a couple, we've got examples up here. We've got Old Granddad, which is a Jim Beam product. We have Early Times, which is a Brown-Forman product, but now it's actually going to be a Sazerac product. And then we've got Sazerac's, also their E.H. Taylor bottled and bond. So we've got three different bourbons up here, and we have a couple whiskeys. This corn whiskey, Mellow Corn, which is a Heaven Hill product, and we've got some Tennessee whiskey, George Dickel. So all these bottled and bond, and they state it prominently on the label. And there's a lot of things that have to be on the label as well when they say bottled and bond. So what does it exactly mean? What are the criteria? Well, number one, the product in the bottle has to be from one distillation seasons. There's 2 seasons a year in whiskey seasons, January through June and July through December. So it has to be within one of those same distillation season of either January through June in a year or July through December. Number two, it has to come from one distiller, and the distillery must be labeled on the bottle, so it has to be prominently displayed. The next thing is, if it's bottled in a different facility from where it was distilled, where it was bottled also has to be prominently displayed. Next, it has to be warehoused in a federally bonded warehouse under U.S. government supervision, and by default it has to be in the United States since it's under U.S. government supervision. Again, remember the tax benefit for the government. It has to be at least 4 years old, even though it doesn't have to state the age on the bottle. It can be non-age stated. You know that it's at least 4 years old, and the proof has to be in the bottle when it gets bottled has to be exactly 100 proof. So if somebody says bottle and bond, you know it's at least 4 years old, and you know it's exactly 100 proof. So now that we've talked about some of the terminology and the technicalities behind what bottle and bond means, let's talk about its importance from both back in the day, the turn of the 20th century, to today. So I would say at the turn of the 20th century, was it important? Absolutely. If I'm walking in somewhere ordering something, I don't know what I'm getting. always. If I order a bottle and bond product, I know what I'm getting. I know it's going to be reputable. I know it's not going to have anything funky in there that I don't want. I know it's not going to leave me lying on the ground there from something absolutely bad in the product. So that's a definite advantage from a consumer point if you're sitting in 1900. Today, I'd say it depends. And why it depends is, if I'm at the lower price point, Old Grandad is about 20, Melicorn 15 to 20. Even early times, this is a 1 liter bottle, it's 25, so similarly priced. If I'm looking at that price point, I may give an edge to a bottle and bond product because of the consistency I know it's going to have, and the care, the age statement. It's a nice proof. I'm probably going to give some credence to that bottle and bond designation. Not to say there aren't good bourbons out there that aren't bottle and bond. Primary example being Wild Turkey 101, which is not bottle and bond, but we all know it's really good product. So I would say down the price scale, yes, I would give some credence to that. Up the price scale, this George Dickel's a $40 product. E.H. Teller's $40. Good luck finding it for $40. Congrats if you ever do. You've done well. Even the Heaven Hill that we did in a different video, closer to $50 price point. I'm not sure that the bottle and bond designation is quite as important, because there you're getting to a lot more creativity with the distiller. They could be doing blending, longer age statements, higher proofs. Probably not going to lend as much credence to the bottle and bond. It's something nice on the bottle, but I tend to think that it's a little more important at lower price points than higher price points. So that's it. I hope this was helpful. So next time you go to the store and you see bottle and bond, that you know what you're getting, and pick one up, because there's several out there on the market, and my guess is you'll enjoy it. So once again, thank you, and as always, drink responsibly. Bye-bye.